everybody. We are back for yet another installment of WTF, the segment where we talk about classic movies, classic films that we have not yet seen, that we have the courage to admit publicly that we have not seen. I'm here, as always, for this segment with my friend, my colleague, Mr. Nate Adams, with The Only Critic. You can find him at The Only Critic on social media. When we last did this segment, we talked about baseball movies. And I had challenged you at the end of that segment to watch a movie that I can't believe you haven't seen. I said, WTF, Nate, I can't believe you haven't seen A League of Their Own. Did you end up watching it?
I did. I did end up watching it, yes.
And?
Well, I think the cast was great. I mean, I had a lot of people on the rise. I mean, Rosie O'Donnell, Madonna. I was like, it took me a minute. I was like, is that Madonna? And Gina Davis. And I think that was that Gina Davis, like, at her apex? I feel like that
yeah. That was the height of Gina Davis fever, as it was called.
And this is Tom Hanks just before Philadelphia, just before Forrest Gump. He's probably just coming off Big, which Penny Marshall directed this, and she directed Big, which I think is important because the female director in 1992 directing a mainstream studio picture, I think today is still unheard of. And
Penny Marshall, is a pioneer in many regards. Speaking of pioneers, I wanted to talk this edition of WTF about the late, great Fred Willard. Fred Willard, of course, passed away just recently at the age of 86. One of the greatest, really, improv comedians of our time that you might ever see. The dude has been all over television. He's not all the way known for film. He's been in a lot of films, but there's never been like
theater too. A lot of theater.
A lot of theater, a lot of television over the years. And I'm talking decades. Like, he was a fixture on,
I didn't know he was 86. So
yeah, a shock to everybody that he was that old, right? But yeah, he never really had, like, there was never like a Fred Willard picture. There was never, he was always like the supporting guy. But every scene that he ever was in, he absolutely killed. There's a lot of Fred Willard stuff that I hope people out there have seen. But Nate, I'm about to put you on the old hot seat, the lightning round here, and try to figure out if you have seen some of the greatest bit performances by the late, great Fred Willard. Are you ready for the challenge?
Yes, I hope I don't disappoint.
Here we go. Easy toss-up one. How about Anchorman?
Chris, listen to me. Put down the gun and let the marching band go.
Of course, yes.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
As you probably heard from your old man, he and I had some pretty wild times back in med school.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We started our own basketball team, the Hemoglobin Trotters. Hemoglobin Trotters, get it?
Yes.
One of my favorite older movies, he plays a bit role as the mayor in this film, but have you seen Roxanne?
CD! Voila! It came to me last night in a flash.
Yeah, what is that?
The thing! The gimmicks! The Nelson promotional cow!
I have not seen Roxanne.
That's one to add to your list, by the way. How about Wall-E?
Got some bad news. Operation Cleanup has, failed. Wouldn't you know, rising toxicity levels have made life unsustainable on Earth.
Oh, yeah, Wall-E. Yeah, it's a good one. I just watched that recently.
Have you seen Best in Show, I hope?
I don't think I ever could get used to being probed and prodded. I told my proctologist once, hey, why don't you take me out to dinner and a movie sometime,
Yes. I remember you said that last year.
Yeah, just recently. I just watched it recently.
Okay.
Yes, very, very funny.
How about Waiting for Guffman?
And you won't need a camel, no, when I take you for a ride.
That was another one that I was recently turned on to. Yes, great movie.
How about This is Spinal Tap?
And let me explain a bit about what's going on. This is our monthly At Ease weekend. It gives us a chance to kind of let down our hair, although I see you all have a head start on it.
Yeah, that was another recent one too. Yep.
Have you seen Mascots?
Is that how you got to this size?
Huh?
I mean, did they make you this size just to fit in the worm costume?
No, they made me this size when I was born.
Oh, so you're a legitimate little person.
Yeah, I'm not a fake little person.
Oh, I see. I thought maybe they shrunk you down or something.
I haven't seen Mascots. No.
Okay, we got to know finally in you. How about another more kind of obscure Christopher Guest movie, For Your Consideration? Have you seen that?
We're sitting here on the set of one of the hottest movies being made in Hollywood today. It's called Hello Purim.
Home for
It's
Purim.
called Home for Purim.
Home for Purim. Some faces we're not familiar with, some new faces. And I recognize Victor Allen Miller. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Chuck.
Question
How
for
are
you.
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch. What was your favorite character?
Oh, I haven't seen that one either.
Again, worth checking out just for this whole improv group, but especially if you're looking to kind of reminisce about Fred Willard. But I'll leave you with my favorite of all Fred Willard's film roles in the movie A Mighty Wind. Have you seen A Mighty Wind?
I have not seen A Mighty Wind.
Woo! A Mighty Wind, here's the thing. Unlike A League of Their Own or Braveheart, you're probably not alone in having not seen A Mighty Wind. It wasn't like it was this massive commercial blockbuster hit.
Yeah.
It definitely has a cult following. It's a film that I challenge everybody out there to watch. Use the hashtag here, WTF Movie Show Plus, and check out this movie because I'm going to challenge Nate Adam here to watch A Mighty Wind by next week. Are you up to that?
Yes, I'm very up to it. I'm excited to actually. So, yes.
Mighty Wind, it's about folk singers, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, all the normal people you'd see in a Christopher Guest movie. And it includes the famous Fred Willard scene, What Happened, which will be funnier when you rewatch this, Nate, after seeing this.
Okay, all right.
Quick plug, Ola. I'm Mike LaFontaine, owner and founder of High Class Management. Whoops. Comics Constant Companion. Let's start right out. Hey, what happened? As you know, back in 1970, I started on a series called What Happened? And every time something would go wrong, I would look at the camera and say, hey, what happened?
So there you go. Check out Fred Willard if you haven't. Challenge us to watch your favorite films that maybe you don't think that we've seen at using the hashtag WTF Movie Show Plus. Nate,
Send them. Come on, I want to watch them.
Yeah, everybody. Nate, thank you so much for joining us again. And until next time, my friend.
Thanks for having me.